Week one, wearing a glucose monitor was quite the doozy. I didn't know quite what to expect initially, but I've very quickly become a huge fan of wearing this little device as I have learned so much about my body in one short week of using it. I really wanted to reincorporate some carbs into my diet, and my first attempt at doing this actually resulted in a literal meltdown. I cried on the phone with my husband because I was scared of eating carbs because I recently found out that my A1C went up into pre-diabetic range despite eating a very low carb diet for the past year. After gathering myself, I was able to make some fun tuna sushi bites I saw online with my kids. And yes, I saw a spike, but it was honestly so necessary for me to go through that. I really do not want to have an unhealthy relationship with carbs, and I want to feel in control. And part of that for me is learning what each type of carb does to my body. Some things I noticed is that higher fiber carbs, like these funky monkey bars that I actually found from a PCOS dietitian online, I actually saw such a steady minimal spike in my sugars, and that was much less scary than I had anticipated it being. It was actually not a big deal, and it helped mitigate the hunger and get me to my next meal. Some of the biggest spikes that I saw throughout the week were from eating rice. And I found out that actually going on a 10-minute or longer walk helped my spike stabilize so much quicker. And that was super encouraging to me, which basically told me that I didn't have to completely cut out the fun carbs. I just needed to make sure I used up the energy that I was taking in. These funky monkey bars, actually, by the way, so good. The recipe called for chia seeds, so I used hemp seeds instead. And I couldn't even tell they were in there, but obviously added a lot of good nutrition. I swapped the pecans in the recipe for these peanuts, and again, good choice. I prefer peanuts as my nut of choice. They're also cheaper, so. And then I use these no sugar added chocolate chips from Trader Joe's. So good. Another crucial thing that I've been doing in the mornings is drink protein coffee. I pretty much have to have my cup of coffee every morning, and I was just not going to give that up. So I had to figure out a way to make it a little bit better for me. And so the same PCOS dietitian, I heard her talking about the importance of getting in 20 to 30 grams of protein within an hour or two of waking up. So I just started adding a packet of Clean Simple Eats protein into my coffee, and honestly, it was so delicious. I really love that protein powder. It's really, really good. And it really helps stabilize my sugars as well as, like I said, a walk in the morning, even if for just 10 minutes, was super helpful for me. I loved making these blanket dumplings. They're kind of viral online right now, so you've probably seen them. I made these ones with turkey, and I was very surprised to see that it's only 11 grams of carbs for three of these wonton wrappers. And so I ended up eating four of these dumplings with the wrapper and three of them without. It was very protein dense meal and very filling. And I ended up going on a pretty long walk after I ate this, and no spike, literally no spike in my blood sugar. And that was just such a fun experience to just have eaten dumplings for dinner, a carb dinner, especially, in the late afternoon, and not even see a glucose spike. That was super encouraging for me. So I highly recommend these viral blanket dumplings because one of the cool things about them is that because the wrappers don't have to go all the way around, you can actually stuff so much protein in each single one. So I highly recommend them. Another thing I did is I went ahead and ordered some of these corn tortillas. They're by a brand called A la Madre, and I've actually been eating them for a really long time. They're so good. They basically taste like corn tortillas. And I mean, they are corn tortillas. They just taste like regular tortillas to me. And I think if I remember correctly, they're 3 grams of net carbs, or 3 grams of carbs, one or the other, per tortilla. And I use them in things like enchilada bakes, just straight up tacos. I've made taquitos with them. They're just so great to have on hand. So I have yet to receive them. I think they should come today or tomorrow. And so I'm really excited to start putting those to use in the kitchen. And I've also heard really good things about, I don't know if you've heard of the Royo bread products. I might order some of those. We'll see. One of the last things I want to mention is just that in my family, one of the things we love to do is go out to eat. And this is always a challenge for me, but I'm determined to find a way to eat out with my family in a way that is sustainable for me. The place I went this week with my son is Waffle House, surprisingly. And I was so surprised to see that they actually had high protein options on their menu. And so I actually opted for this chicken and egg plate that came with hash browns and toast. And I went ahead and ate obviously all the chicken, all the eggs, half the hash browns, and one half slice of toast. And saw a pretty, like, again, it was just a normal, regular, within healthy range spike, and was able to bring it down very quickly with a bit of exercise. My son actually injured his foot, so I've been carrying him around, and it's been a great workout. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am making much more content about my health journey than I originally anticipated. I just had a setback and I'm trying not to give up. And so making these videos is actually helping me to stay accountable with the hopes that it will actually help somebody else. And so if this video helped you in any way, please let me know in the comments if you're going through a similar health journey. If you also have PCOS or insulin resistance, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. What's helped you, what hasn't helped you, and yeah, thank you for being here. I am hoping to give a garden update soon. My tomatoes are starting to sprout, so I'm excited to show you those. So definitely come back, and I'll see you next time.